new podcast.
I don't know if you're gonna
So
find the end of
all I'm doing,
it. There you go, now you.
Come on, man, you gotta do that up.
all we're doing is, instead of just taking a knife straight to it,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna pull it open and see what the actual leaves are.
That's what I did with those, I just took a knife down the center.
If you're gonna be one thing in this world,
So,
you should be efficient.
it does have a true Cuban
You gotta,
triple
you
cap.
gotta, Mark, water.
Yeah, there's a camera
Well,
here.
this is,
I know your podcast doesn't have cameras, but ours
can't
does.
afford it.
Go listen to Craft and Hero on anywhere you get your podcast.
Pretty much. Alright, so now we're gonna get into the wrapper.
#1 ranked podcast on Apple.
Not a real
It's a nice, that's a thin wrapper. Oh, you got it going. It actually has a real binder.
There's your wrapper.
Wow.
That's pretty thick.
Definitely real.
That's,
Has some veins in there, it looks good.
It's not broad.
Can you tell
Okay.
us? Can you tell us what day this was going on, Mark? Can you tell
So
us?
now we'll go
Are you
into
sure?
the binders. It's got two binders on it. So you're gonna see this first one.
Yeah, sorry, caught you by the boo-boo, sorry.
Okay.
Now my nose is running.
And now we're gonna get into the shake.
It's not bad.
That's
Little floral. Little floral.
That don't smell bad.
so that's your first
Smell it more.
binder there. That's
Yeah.
broadleaf. You can tell the deep veinage color in it.
That's a real binder.
That's what she said.
And then now we're gonna get into
The
what
deep veinage.
you like
That's the
to
way she
call
likes it.
a Cuban sandwich.
Do you like it when they're deep veins?
Tell us about the Cuban sandwich.
Okay,
It's
so
got a little bit of long film.
it does. So what we're gonna have here is now we're getting into, this is the Seco that's been intubadoed, so it's been rolled over and then re-under again. So in a Cuban sandwich, you'll have long filler, and then everything in here is gonna be short filler. Okay?
So
Yeah.
it gives it that beautiful.
You get the
look.
combustion, well,
Right.
you get the combustion,
Right.
and then you burn through all the short filler, so you don't get any real shaggy.
So I'll tell you,
So-
in some of the factories I've seen, they have, different tables rolling different cigars, obviously. And what I have seen, they're using a Lieberman machine. And that actually has some,
Oh, actually,
some long
this
film
maybe
in there a
completely
little
long
bit.
filler.
It's looking pretty good.
But what I've seen them doing in using a Lieberman machine, when they go to when you're done rolling cigars for the day, you have this box of all the scrap that you cut
Sure,
off,
sure.
and they turn it in
Right.
to a special window. Yeah, that's
all
legit
long
long
fill.
fill.
That is one,
Compared to what I had here, this was all shake.
two, three leaves of filler.
That's pretty good.
So would that have been a good cigar?
Yeah, as far as
Maybe.
good cigar. What they did here with this, instead of actually trimming the filler, this was a stemmed leaf, broke it,
Mm-hmm.
put it together, same thing with these, they took it, broke it, put it
Yep.
together,
Put it all back.
broke it, put it together, and then they took that binder and collapsed it this way, push back, pull in, then you do it again with the next sets of leaves, wrap it, press it, and let it go.
Now, I'm not seeing any
I don't think that's
stems.
too bad.
I'm not seeing any stems in that one.
Yeah, there's no.
No, it's not. So what I've seen with the Lieberman machine, when I've been at some of the factories, and they have a box of, special little shake stuff there. They'll put the binder, a double binder on the Lieberman machine, and they will actually take one full leaf tobacco leaf, and then they'll put all this other shake in the middle.
Yeah, that's.
And that's how they're
gotta be
making like Cuban
machine-
sandwich type,
machine
yeah,
made,
Cuban sandwich type cigar. And,
Yeah.
So
So
it's okay,
this,
cigar holds it all together.
this is a prime example of what I was talking about, right? So the Cuban label is fake.
Right.
But, I mean,
It's a long
that's,
filler cigar.
that's.
Decent cigar,
It was
maybe,
probably
yeah.
a good cigar.
Probably made in Dominican Republic.
But-
Or Mexico.
But now, these aren't stems, these are like.
These are not,
center-
these are not
they're
complete
center
center
leaf.
veins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever have if you have a stem in a cigar, you'll know, I mean, it's.
We have had stems in the cigar.
Yeah.
And then I've had strings in cigars. That's
Take-
very
Thankfully,
good.
thankfully we got them for
I've
free.
had paper in them too.
Yeah,
like
this guy,
actual,
so this
like,
guy
paper.
sent us a bag of cigars for free. And they had stems, beetles,
seeds.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta.
It was like buying weed in the 90s.
Right, that's why
Right.
you design the cigar yourself, and you don't take the pre-made shit.
Ah.
Little stem there, I mean,
Yeah,
that
little
stem is
cinnamon
holding the
stuff.
cigar,
But,
given its
but that's
real-
cool, so looking at this, you know, is that the wrapper?
No, this is
No,
filler.
this.
That's your binder, here's the wrapper.
You have your wrapper, you have your binder,
It's
which
good with
this
your
is,
binder,
this is
too.
broadleaf, you can
Yeah.
tell because of the depth of the vein. There, and then this, all long filler, that was your filler. So, I mean, that's a long filled cigar, that's not a bad.
That's better than
Better than these.
better than a third of the cigars we've unrolled here.
So would you say that, that was well worth the $5 a cigar we got there?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a hand rolled cigar that's done in a factory.
Yep.
The clean cut on all the tobacco, it wasn't done with a kitchen knife or something back at the store or something like that. At least the shit that was used to do it, but,
Or pizza cutter.
or a pizza cutter, could be sharp. Problem with pizza cutters, pressure, cause crack, fissures, tobacco, what would it?
Okay, no.
I just use my pizza cutter.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I cut up I cut up the mushroom pizza and then I turn around and I cut the tobacco leaf.
There you go.
That's
My
some extra
pizza,
flavor.
my cigars, that's why everybody loves my cigars.
That's that citrus flavor,
Right.
right? The acidity.
That's
Yeah, that's the acidity.
Right.
Got it.
That's the
All
spinach.
right.
The spinach.
Yeah, so that's
That's
probably a
the
really
secret.
good cigar.
I don't think it's too much.
You know, I was really expecting a lot worse out of the way that label looked.
Mhm.
I was expecting a lot worse.
You wanna dissect this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it wasn't
Let's
like,
see, 'cause I only did those two, and let's see
so-
what that one looks like.
so remember we were telling you about the guy that used to come in, and then he never came in again. His were complete garbage, they were short filler.
Yeah, his looked like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, his were confetti. But he bought them from someone who spoke Spanish, so they were real.
That's right.
That's
In Fairmount City. So where you get your
Well, now-
tamales and where you get your cigars doesn't make either one of them authentic.
no.
Well, now,
So you see this right here?
the,
That's a thing.
the, Cuban restaurant I go to down in, Cape, when we go to Cape, that guy is, a Cuban national, and he sells Cuban cigars.
Uh-oh, there's that
So
paper
maybe-
again.
So maybe I'll have to pick one up.
Oh, man.
See, I mean, that's real wrapper.
I think that's a real
So
wrapper,
maybe
though,
I'll
yeah,
have to
looks
pick
good.
one up so we can cut it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually has some veins in there, this is not bad.
Confused
But,
with
I'm
If
not
he
sure
was
about
able to
that
go back.
binder, though. That's pretty shitty.
He wasn't able to go back last year, so he.
Right.
Sounds like.
Do you see any veins in there?
No, I see folds.
I see just.
So this is
creases from
this is
dust.
origami, not cigar making.
Right.
Which, Carmen Fairless used paper to make the first cigar on top of the trailer. It's literally the same thing as this, except for he used waterproof wood. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good Cuban there.
So Mark, whenever cigars are rolled and then shipped to somebody that's gonna rebadge them and then ship them to, they all come in paper. Did they just wrap their cigar wrapper around their paper? They just got a tobacco leaf and left the paper on it?
The problem with that, Mark, the problem with that, you was telling me that that's common.
Yeah.
The problem with the ones we were talking about that were wrapped in paper, is the paper was in English.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
That is definitely,
Yeah, the paper was in English, it wasn't in
Fake Cuban.
Spanish or Portuguese.
right out of this box.
Get them out,
Turned into,
Look at that mess.
That's.
turned into real
And you
shape.
can see that over the top of that.
Oh,
That's
That's a 50-cent cigar.
Yeah, that's definitely nice.
You know.
Do not buy them out of this box right here.
Yeah, no, when that happens, when you get product, I mean, being in English paper is a little interesting.
Right.
But
Well, yeah, they were in English.
typically
We
when
were
they
reading
come.
We were reading the headline.
Like when they come to, like, if you've got a factory in Miami and you're getting direct import from Dominican or Nicaragua or something like that, they will sometimes individually wrap them, they're typically always mono wrap. It's just a safety thing.
Mark, there was a dead guy in a picture of one of the papers.
Oh, hell yeah. The only way they're rolling, the only way they're rolling this cigar is with a Lieberman machine. You're not taking all the scrap in your hand and putting that all together. It just is only.
Or
way to-
somebody was just pretending to roll some fat long ass blunts and they were like, oh shit.
Look, there's one actual big piece. That is pure junk.
It's just
$2 on the beach when it's windy, all that's worth.
I don't know, I'm not smoking that paper, dude.
Well, whatever that is, I don't know. I mean, it uses it. It's a good binder. Apparently, it works.
So aren't Bible pages, but, you know, we're not using Bible pages to roll cigars.
Whatever they can do to make a buck. I think that black market on the black market on the cigar industry is rolling junk like this is
So-
definitely legit.
So if you are abroad and you're gonna buy cigars, what should you look for?
If,
I
so,
mean,
the
because you're not gonna do
easiest,
this
so,
for it.
no, so the easiest thing abroad, like when I say abroad, if you're in Switzerland or Europe, Australia, they still
No,
have.
We're talking about
open-
Mexico.
Uh,
Nicaragua.
Okay, so,
Dominican,
well,
Honduras.
and if you're in Nicaragua, buy Nicaraguan cigars. If you're in the Dominican, buy Dominican cigars.
Yep.
Right, if you're there, get those cigars.
All right.
If
But you know
come
people are going,
across-
but listen, people are going to buy Cubans because they say Cuban.
Oh, yeah, you're not gonna stop that.
So what are you gonna look for? So what should they
Um,
look for
well,
to buy a Cuban?
The
if
easiest
they're
thing to
there?
do is, well, you have one of your boxes. Box designation, okay? So, any true Cuban box, see how it says Habanos?
Yes.
We'll have an SA right here next to the Habanos, okay? This seal will always be in darker color. The, skew resin here will always be on the bottom, and it's in this flash color. And like, Scott was saying, on the bottom, you will always see a box manufacturer.
Okay.
From the outside of the box, that's the easiest thing to notice. Then if you open it, and I didn't think about it, I should have brought a box to show you. When you open these, Cubans very rarely will have paper covering across them. Typically, you'll have a sheet of cedar, you have display foil that sits about halfway up. Inside of there is a vegetable paper that has the S.A. Habano signature story on it. Pick that piece of paper up. If it feels like anything other than silk, it's fake. Okay? Because this stuff is printed on a specific type of paper, it's very hard to get, you're not gonna find it. And you'll know right away, because 90% of the time you'll pick it up, and it's bright white, deep red color, and awesome gold. You're like, oh, that's attractive. And you grab it, and it feels like printing. Right? The piece that you get, you honestly, to read it, have to put it against a dark piece of wood, or a dark, like on the table, so you can look at it, because it's permeable by light. Super thin.
Yeah, but how do, so that's how you can tell if you're gonna buy a real Cuban. But what should you look for what should you look for in like what we just unrolled?
Like,
So that you can
on
tell
your
you're at least
cigar?
getting a decent cigar.
So, here, I'll
Even if
use-
it's not real, you're getting a decent.
Oh, look at the tobaccos. So if you're looking at the,
The end of it.
So I heard
foot
something
of a
about
cigar.
triple cap.
yeah, so Cuban triple caps are all the same. I mean, so a triple